Talking today with Ava at the Produce By conference here, it's going to be incredible, but having an opportunity to talk about how I got my start and how this all came together. I turned this down initially because I didn't think I had anything to offer, because my whole identity and everything that I built has been outside of Hollywood and outside of the system. So I'm like, what can I say in this room? What can I share? But Ava explained to me very quickly that a lot of people want to hear how it's done when you enter from the outside. So I think that's what I'll have a lot to offer and a lot to share. Just coming in with a very different eye and seeing it from a different point of view and seeing it from a place of coming in through the side door rather than through the channels of the front. So it's been very interesting. And in order to be ready for this and prepare for it, I watched a documentary called Showrunners, just so I can know how this is actually done. And I was shocked. Again, coming in from the outside, watching something like Showrunners says to me, this is how it's done inside of the system, because I've never had to go through any of those doors. I've never had to go through any of those channels. I've never had to have notes from a studio. I don't know what that's like. I don't know what it's like to sit and say, please take my film, or please take my show, or let's pitch this. I don't even know what the heck a pitch is, you know. Just so understanding all of that has helped me to be able to speak the language in the room, but also be able to add what I know is an independent way of thinking that I think there are a lot of very, very smart people and producers in this room who have ideas that are outside of the box, and I'm hoping that what I can say to them will encourage them to do that, to walk that path and go outside of the box. But you have to understand it from my point of view, coming in from as an outsider, me feeling like I don't have anything to offer clearly means that what can I say in this room of people who do it their way, who've done it their way, who've learned it their way, who understand it, who completely get it? One of the most difficult things for me when I first got to Hollywood was trying to understand how it's done. I've never been the person that walked in the room and said, and they say, stand here, move here, sit, move, go, and do that, and do that, and do this, and do this, and you'll get here. I've been the person that goes, move here, go here, do that, and I go, okay, well, why are we doing this? I want to know why. Why is it done that way? Is there a better way to do it? Is there another way to do it? And if you tell me this is the way it's been done all of our lives, for our whole, that makes no sense to me. I've always challenged it. I'm not a rebel, but I've challenged the thinking. And I do that a lot in my own studio now for people who come in with this complete set of rules of this is how it's done. Well, does that feel right to you? So it's about what feels right, and I'm hoping that I can convey that. My complete business focus is right now I'm about 30 days away from closing on a new studio, which is formerly Fort McPherson Army Base, which will have 25 sound stages and a backlot that's almost a mile long and 18-hole golf course. And just I want to build a facility that everybody can come to Atlanta and play, not have to leave the lot for anything. So I'm about 30 days away from that and about 24 months from it opening. So I'm really excited about it. So that's my complete business focus right now. What I would say to people who want to become me is don't become me, become the best you can be. Because what I found very early on is that all of the power that you have and all of the strength that you have and all the ideas that you have are born in your uniqueness. And what makes you unique, and this may sound really silly, but it's just really true. What makes you unique is what makes you special. And if you don't, if you spend your whole life trying to conform, trying to be what somebody else thinks you should be, or fit into a mold or fit into a system, and you dull down your specialness, then you're dulling down all of your ability to change the world. So I think that it's very, very important that people have an opportunity to be the best of themselves that they can be. What I would say to people who don't want to be in the soup, in the mix, or one of the ingredients, you feel like you have something different to offer, I say go for it. Go with it. It leads you to such a place, for me, it has led me to such a place of peace. There's no other way I could have done it. I remember coming into the business and having a deal with CBS for a television show where I was going to play all of these different characters, and Chuck Lorre was the showrunner on the show at the time. I didn't know what any of this meant, and but we sat down and wrote. There was a script that was sent to me. Say, okay, this is the script that you're going to do. I go, this is the script that I'm going to do, and I never said it. I never saw it, and nobody taught. Oh, okay, yeah. And then they started using the N word. I'm going with the N. What? Notes. Notes. That's the N word. That's a horrible word. Notes. Notes from the studio. That's the N word to me. And they want to change this and they want to change that and they want to change this and want to change that. But when you get into a moment where you're changing everything about what you feel, then I feel you're in the wrong place. For me, I have to go with what I feel. And I walked away from that deal. And that's how all this stuff, everything else started, because no matter how lucrative that would have been for me, it didn't feel right at the time. So it's about what I feel and how can I make it happen on the outside of that.